I already figured out what my preference is for a bourbon that's under $20, and that is this one, the Old Granddad 80 proof. But maybe you have $5 more and you want to get a little more for your money. So I'm going to try all of these to figure out which is the best under $25 today. Now, the big difference you'll see with these versus ones under $20 is the proof. These are all going to be over 80 proof, except for the Old Granddad, which I brought up from the under $20 blind. That extra proof is going to give you more flavor, and I personally drink for the tasting experience. I don't drink to get drunk, even though that's kind of a side effect most of the time. So that's how I'm going to rate these, and I'm looking for good flavors. The Wild Turkey 101 is something that people bring up a lot. It is $23. This one is a liter. It cost me a little more, but $23 for a 750. 101 proof, highest proof here, which is why I threw in Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, which is 100 proof. This is actually only $19, but I wanted to make sure I had something that's higher proof along with the Wild Turkey. And then Jim Beam Black is the only one with an age statement. This is 7 years old. It is 90 proof. This is the most expensive at $25. Then we have the Old Forester 86 proof. This is their lower proof version. And this one costs $23. And last, I have to throw in Buffalo Trace. It cost me $22, but I just recently saw it for $19.99. I personally think this tastes like water. It's like the Michelob Ultra of bourbons. Around here, they can't give the stuff away. They're just lowering the price. There's pallets of it all over the place. And I heard there's places where you can't get it. And if you're one of those places, don't worry about it. It's not that great in my experience. We'll see how it does this time. I have all these in sample bottles. I don't know which is which, so I'm just going to be pouring them out of there. So let's get these out of the way and start tasting. If I were to guess which one I think is going to win, is probably one of the 100 plus proof bottles, just because there's more proof, more flavor. Just to reiterate, I don't know what any of these are. These were taken out a long time ago, according to what these bottles are. And because I honestly want to know how I feel about these blind. And sometimes my tastes will change slightly, but usually it's the same gist of how much I like it. That's why I think it's good to have multiple bottles of stuff. You could be in different mood, different days for different things. Let's start right here. It smells sweet, like a hay barn. Kind of dusty. Vanilla. Not getting much bad ethanol, so this one smells good. Get some like cinnamon there. And more of what I was smelling. Sort of like hay. It's good. It's a little light. No real intense flavors there. This one has a sweet marker scent. I could smell grains. Like what I would imagine some crushed up, grinded up grains. And the standard slight vanilla. It's a little less sweet than it smells. It has like a drying oak, a pretty long, like spicy finish. That might be one of the 100 plus proofers. There's some late cinnamon on the finish there. This one's even more sweet marker, almost towards plastic. That is very light on the flavor. The flavor's light and it's gone. It's just a very slight oak that disappears. This one has a really light scent. It's almost just ethanol. Just a little hay, a very light umami-like scent. Some kind of barbecue. It's really hard to find it. I'd say it's kind of oaky, but it's like a soft oak instead of a tannic, harsh oak. That one is pleasant to taste. The scent, though, is very lacking. This one is sweet, like there's a fruit getting more towards cake icing, almost artificially sweet. I smell clove and caramel. Definitely the sweetest I've smelt so far. It's thick, viscous. The flavor's light. The sweetness doesn't really come through in the flavor as much. I don't know if I like that. It's very pleasant to drink. A little too light in the flavor. And the nose of it is kind of artificially sweet smelling. I'll have to give it second opinion going back through. I get like a mint or a wintergreen. That must be something high rye then. I don't know what dill smells like. I've had dill pickles. I know I've smelt dill before. I'm not sure if that's what it is. If it is, it's probably a high rye bourbon. Things that are high rye are the Old Granddad and the Wild Turkey. So this could be one of those. It's the most different smelling out of all these, other than the extra sweetness of the last one. That whatever that flavor was, it just came and went in a split second. That is short flavor. I gotta drink more. Whoa, that is light. Could that? I don't think that could be the Wild Turkey. And I don't think it could be Old Granddad. I remember Old Granddad definitely had a stronger flavor than that. So maybe I'm wrong with it being high rye, or it's one of these other ones high rye. That is the most lacking of flavor of all of them, which makes me think it's Buffalo Trace, but I don't know. So the good news is none of these taste bad. Just some of them have more flavor, better flavors, and better scents. But I didn't get anything unpleasant about any of these. Now I just have to side by side ones that are very similar in how much I like them and be a little more precise. It doesn't smell good. It smells very young bourbon. And I haven't really looked at the colors. It's kind of dark, and they're all pretty similar. But it is on the darker end of them. It's kind of a drying oak, but pretty light. It's more flavor here. Cinnamon, spices. I like the thickness of this, but the flavor is too light. I like a good texture in my bourbon. I actually enjoy the scent of this one. The flavor is just, it's not there. The scent is not very strong. Get a little of that barbecue umami. I like that one. I really like that one. It just hits the good spot on the intensity of the oak and the spices. Decent finish, at least. Definitely, I enjoy sipping that. The intensity is just here on this one. And it's the longest finish of all of them. Baking spices and oak, and the finish just stays with you. Well, I'll write down my ratings and I will reveal them from 6th place to 1st place. 6th place, I gave a score of 43. The reason I gave it so bad is because there's just there's no flavor. And like I said, I like to drink for a flavor tasting experience. And it just wasn't there. If you're drinking just to get drunk, it's probably a good choice for you. Let's see what that one was. $2.995. Wow, okay. I didn't expect that. The top bourbon under $20 gets last place in the top bourbon under $25. Old Granddad. And it could be that it's the only one here that's 80 proof. That would be a big reason why it has the least flavor. But I guess I was right with it being high rye. I really like the scent of it. It's just, I don't know why the flavor was so lacking. In fifth place, I gave a score of 58. It was the 86 proof Old Forester. Kind of has that like sweet marker scent to it that I don't really enjoy in like cheaper bourbons. Fourth place, I gave a score of 60. So this is the first one I would consider good barely. That is the Buffalo Trace. It has that weird artificial like sweetness, like almost cake frosting scent to it. And then the flavor is just, there's nothing. It does have a nice thick mouthfeel, which is good. In third place, gave a score of 66. It's the Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. It has a nice flavor, oaky but not tannic, not drying, and it's 100 proof, so that probably helped it. In second place, it was the first one I was trying, the Wild Turkey 101. Gave it a 70 out of 100. Very good flavor. It's a enjoyable sipper, and it is right there on the being great. And in first place, all that's left is the Jim Beam Black 7 years. Very oaky, and it makes sense. It's the only one with an age statement, but it still comes from for a cheap price. I like the flavor, and this one had it. I don't like regular Jim Beam at all, but this one is good, and it's not even that expensive. So I'm just a little sad that the Old Granddad did so bad, seeing how it did so good in my last blind. And that kind of shows how your taste could change, especially when you're doing comparisons. All of those other ones in the under $20, they were all 80 proofs. And I think that really set it back. Maybe you don't have $25 for the Jim Beam Black. Maybe you only got $20. Watch this blind. And I hope you like this one. I will see you next time.